So why does he get to go so wide? How come he get to go? You get to go so wide and I don't?
Because
No, I'm gonna take a little.
I got the biggest bench around here, so.
Whose balls are we talking about?
TJ's. Hey TJ.
What about him?
No hesitation.
Rest in peace,
Who's
TJ.
TJ and what's
R.I.P.
going on with his
TJ.
balls?
They were so big that they pushed his dick out. Don't even start. The person who brought it to everyone's attention is standing right there. That little man right there.
This guy right here?
No.
No.
Oh, this guy right here.
This guy right there.
You know,
Okay.
on the big pickup trucks, they have those cast iron nuts hanging off the back.
That was TJ.
They casted them off him when he was like 2.
Damn, Josh. Damn, you've been taking the training seriously.
Black Josh.
Oh yeah, look at these.
Black Josh. He's really Black Josh now.
One rep.
Go now.
Come down a little bit faster, but the same speed though. Control.
Just touch and go, no stop.
Touch and go. No bounce. Touch and go.
Strong.
Lock it in. Let's go.
Goes. There you go.
Dig into that bench. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Up. Out, 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 out. Release. Yep. Good. That was good. Okay. That looked better. He descended the bar at the same pace, and then he exploded once he got off his chest. Terrell comes from an athletic background, football, it may be something else, I don't know. And he's very explosive, but he had a bad habit of coming down, and then right when he would be about 3 inches from his chest, he would just ram it into his chest and fly it off. So that's not going to fly into me. So we're just trying to eliminate that too, and then we'll work on a pause later.
So just a little bit more control with his bench is kind of the advice you're giving him.
More control, yeah, just being more control, not being reckless. Lock it in. 1, 2, 3. Up! Out, 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 out. Towards me.
Yup.
Hold. Rack.
Damn, forget all the rules. Got to hold it for a second and everything. Ain't feel too bad though.
Yeah, look good.
Smokey's gonna be right with me.
Emilio saw some stuff.
I couldn't really tell because you're wearing shorts, but your butt starts to shift
I'll take
upward.
them off next time.
That would be good. I think you really focus on driving through the floor more.
Yeah, because I really didn't feel much leg drive.
Right.
It's
You
like,
want to be able to apply more leg drive through the floor as you're pressing. It allows you to kind of leverage the press a little bit easier and get through that lockout. Really follow through on really pressing through the bar as you're descending upwards while you're applying pressure through the floor. It's a lot of moving parts, so you really, during the lift, you really don't want to think about how you're going to bench. So that's why warm-up is so important. You want to be able to actually follow through, visualize before you get up to the bench and actually execute the lift.
Cool.
Come on, T. Go, lock it in, let's go.
Come on, let's go.
1, 2, 3, up! Out, 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 release! Towards me, towards me.
Back.
Go. Back.
Until we put like 50 pounds on you.
Right.
You're kind of in no man's land right now just because you got long arms and we're not real wide yet. Right? So as soon as we get these lats out here, you know, you can tuck onto the top of your lats. But for right now, you either got to get to a point where we're going to tuck harder, so probably bring the grip in a little bit, or we get wider and we're going to touch lower. So the tuck's not as much, but we're going to like shorten the range of motion. Right. So because right now you're kind of in no man's land. Kind of like in between, right? So the elbows are tucked a little bit, but they're kind of still out. Gotcha. But you're not wide enough with the grip to where this is okay. I see. Does that make sense? Yeah. And so to tuck your elbows more from where your grip is, your elbow's going to kind of fall on the inside of your wrist, and that's not a strong position either. Right. That's kind of like being here, me inside the ankle, kind of thing. But other than that, I mean, like you have pretty good mobility through your back. You arched up pretty good, but a lot of your arch is coming from like here, and not through here. So if this is raising up more, we're not touching down there, then you're arching and it's not doing anything. Does that make sense? Right. So I mean, honestly, I mean, we could also, I mean, there's a bunch of different things we can do with you, I mean, especially because you're pretty fresh. The first thing I would have you try right now is not move your grip yet. Let's just flatten you out a little bit. Okay. So all we want to think about doing when we're tucking, or arching up on the bench is just like trying to touch our shoulder blades together, tuck our shoulders back, stick the chest out. So it can be like this, it doesn't have to be here. It can just be right here. It's also a little bit more realistic to hold that position. I agree. Okay, let's try that in your next set. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
That was fast. Right.
Out, please.
I guess kind of like first thing is just maybe just kind of run me through your history with that weight. I know I've seen you attempt that for a double before, and I think you maybe failed the second one.
Yeah.
So maybe just kind of run me through your history with that weight.
So every attempt I've taken up to last week at 490, 495, and 500 for a double I've missed. It's probably been 3 or 4 times. It was like the same battle to get 500 for the first time. Is I missed 500 to 495, probably about 5 or 6 times in here through the course of like several months. But everything's kind of coming together now. The big part's just been kind of pulling back my training quite a bit, pulling back a little bit of the overload I do, the extra work through accessories and stuff I've done, and kind of put in the work where it needs to be put in and just plan things out a little bit better.
Nice. How does it kind of feel to hit that weight for a double?
Must
be a good feeling.
Yeah, I really don't know yet. That second rep felt like it went up a lot easier than I was expecting it to. I wanted to go for a third, but the plan was a double. Got one more bench session before the meet, so I mean I feel really good. Right now I don't have any questions on what I want to bench anymore. For this meet I think it's going to be there. So I mean like I'm really excited going into the meet. I'm just trying to make sure I don't blow my wad earlier.
Gotcha. What were some of the things you're kind of dialing back on as far as the accessory work? Are you kind of dialing back on some of the slingshot work as well?
For a period of time, when I got higher volume, I stay out of the slingshot because typically it's a very easy way for me to do a little bit too much with a little bit too much weight. I pulled back on like how many working sets I'm taking, how long my warm-up takes. The accessory work, I kind of pick and choose what I'm doing now. I try to go focus on one end of my bench, either like pressing strength from the chest out of the bottom or the lockout strength of my triceps. I don't try to do everything in the same week or in the same workout anymore. I've kind of picked 3 to 4 weeks at a time, focus on one end, and then come back 3 to 4 weeks again, try to focus on another end.
Awesome. Well, congrats on your PR, and I don't want to keep you any longer.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have probably the biggest bench in the gym right now. What's your PR on your bench?
Let's see, competition 523.
523.
Yeah.
So coming in here, and the first thing you see is probably the number 2 bencher in the gym hit 500 for a double. How does that kind of make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome. I mean, me and Marcus have gone back and forth since I've been here.
Yeah, I know there's a little competition between you. Does it kind of feel like motivating when you see something like that? Does it make you want to kind of step your game up? Or?
Oh yeah. Yeah, unfortunately at this point in time, you know, I got to give him the spotlight for right now because he's coming up on a meet. I'm on the off season, but you know, that's the goal for me to hit on the next time around is to see. I want him to do better than me so that I can try to do better than that the next time around.
Gotcha. Do you think that you guys will ever have a meet in which you're competing kind of head to head? And if so, when do you think that will be?
I'd love to. Right now, it's just a matter of me being healthy, and when he's planning on his next meet after that. Record Breakers is one we usually all do. This year, I just have to, for injuries and surgeries and things like that, got to step back. But maybe next year's Record Breakers, maybe something else in the summertime around there. But yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would love to see it, and I think everybody else would like to see it too. Because, like I said, you guys are the biggest benchers in the gym. So
yeah, and then right now
that would fire everybody up, I think.
Yeah, and even on totals, like he's trying to break 2,000 this time around.
Yeah.
I barely missed 2,000 last time. I got 1940. So he's got a bigger squat than me. I got a bigger deadlift than him. So you know, it's real fun to see us go back and forth.
Dropped me off on bench legit today. Had like a single for like what? 335? 335. Beat me.
That's every Thursday.
But where your aesthetics at?
Let's see the abs though. Ab shot. Let's go abs.
I've been eating bad, but let me see if I can suck it in a little bit.
What was that? Abs?
Yeah, no abs today. I'm flat.
Okay, your turn. Oh yeah. What does your tattoo say?
It says
Josh dropped me off on the dumbbell presses, so we had to come back over here and we got tricep push downs. Y'all see the weight I'm stacking it? Get my revenge back on Josh. That don't really translate to bench, but it is what it is.
20 reps.
Hey Smoke, why is that? Like I can hit this pretty good, but it don't translate to bench.
Does that intimidate you? Seeing him hit
bit.
that whole weight stack?
A little bit. I might not come back.
Yeah.
I might just never train again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrell said he really likes training with you because it makes him feel. Why are you laughing?
It makes him feel strong.
I wasn't gonna say that.
What are you gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that. So we just saw Marcus hit 500 pounds for a double on his bench. I was just talking to Trevor. Trevor's hit 495 for what he told me was 2.5 reps. So he failed the 3rd rep. And I guess my question to you is, looking down the road, who do you foresee being a better bencher, Marcus or Trevor? And why?
Based on what I've seen, both have a pretty decent hard work ethic. I see Marcus actually climbing higher into the mid-5s just for the fact that he's been working so much more on his bench press than I've seen Trevor. Trevor, I've seen him work on his bench. He's had a lot of some injuries as well. I haven't seen him address them as much, but then again, he hasn't come in as much. You know, life and being so, that can take away from training. Marcus is in here, and he's in here almost every day, training, literally every day, and he's putting work in for his bench when he's not benching, meaning range of motion exercises, stretching, static stretching. He's doing the things that all of us should be doing to prevent injury and to accelerate healing. So I definitely see Marcus reaching a 550 plus bench in the next year.
Any guys to kind of look out for that have come in here and are making a lot of progress right now?
Yeah, I believe Mini Filipino Thunder. He's John, we call him.
Okay.
He's actually been definitely putting in a lot of work. His work ethic, he's very intelligent about how he approaches the bench, squat, and his deadlift. I liked how he likes to really focus on correcting certain mislifts or certain things that he he's really hard on himself about. But he's definitely hit some PRs in the past 6 months.
He does seem like he's a very composed lifter. Like every time I see him, he's, he's not doing anything risky. He's not doing shit like what I do. I'll just go out and if there's somebody else lifting heavy, I'll go and max out or try to compete against them. You never really see him do that, and I think that's important for longevity and making progress long term.
Absolutely. Another guy I see coming up in the ranks is Riley. Riley is a very quiet, pasty-looking white dude, and when he turns into this Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the second he snorts that nose torque, or probably cocaine, who the fuck knows, this guy goes nuts. And he gets under the bar. He's going to end up squatting 500 at this meet. So it's between those two you'll see next year a big totals PRs.
Yeah. I don't know where I'm being a year, but I'm gonna keep working and just go from there, man. Take your advice.
I think that's the thing.
Get the form right.
That's the thing about being in family and an environment where everyone's pushing each other. You need to have someone to push you, talk a little bit of shit, but it's not detrimental to the workout.
Nah.
It's gonna want to push you to get better.
The biggest thing with me, man, I come from a sports background.
Like I said.
So everything's competitive. It's nothing personal. All we're doing is making each other better on a day-to-day basis. That's it.
Basically, for me, it's a little bit different. We worked up to a triple. PR triple, just 395 for 3. My triceps a little iffy, so I ended it there. But there was also a lot of spotos and singles for the guys. You want to go ahead and take that over?
Yeah, definitely. And a lot of spotos for the guys, but for me mainly, it was mostly focused on form, just taking a step back a little bit, correcting the form first, and then allowing myself to get that form right, and then start back building up on the weight. We did the spotos, and then we went over into the dumbbell press. We had 4 sets of 5 with that, pretty heavy. You seen Smokey working with like the 150s. Me, I did what I could with the 120s, and then we blasted arms after that with tricep kick downs or tricep push downs, and then we went into the bicep curls on the machine.
T, talk about some of the feedback that you're getting on your bench. Who's kind of helping you out, and what's some of the feedback they're giving you?
Yeah, I got a lot of guys. Everybody from the team is helpful. Helping me out on the bench. But the biggest thing that I've learned was pushing my shoulders down and back. And what Mark says is put it in your back pockets. So when I picture that, that's like pushing it as far as back as I can and down. Once I get in that position, I used to feel like I was in a weak position, but now that I've been working with the form and getting a lot better, it's starting to feel a lot solid because my back is tight, it's in place. I'm pushing off my legs to get some leg drive in, and everything's just starting to come together a lot better.
Awesome.
I think just adding to the workout today, a majority of the whole team had heavy singles in preparation for the Record Breakers meet, which were 3 weeks away, and also some heavy Sling Shot overloading. So just to really feel that overload to prevent any kind of injury going a little too heavy. So it kind of helps you to get ready for the meet. So
I appreciate all the guys helping me out. Emilio, Mark has been helping me out a lot. Smokey, pretty much everybody on the team has been helping. I appreciate it.
Cool. Thanks, guys.